Hey everyone, and welcome to the third video in this series that I'm doing. So in this series, what I'm basically looking at is comparing the 4K Apple TV to the built-in apps on the LG C9 OLED. Now, if you've been subscribed to the channel before, you're probably thinking I've already seen this series. Because that series was actually done during or just at the start of lockdown, most of the providers in the UK actually restricted their services, so it wasn't really a fair test. So as I stated in some videos after that, I wanted to repeat it again once everybody had lifted all their restrictions, just to make it fair for everybody and put it on an even playing field. So today's video is going to be about Apple TV Plus, so let's come into it. Now, Apple TV Plus is one of my favorite services in terms of the quality of their content, and also the actual visuals, audio, as well as in terms of the quality of the programming as well. So obviously when it first came out, and I did get it pretty much straight away because of the fact that I bought a new phone or a new device within the last year, so because of that I automatically became qualified for Apple TV Plus. So basically I get this free for a year. I'm hoping that Apple continue doing that, because that basically I upgrade every year, so that'll mean I'll get this free every year as well. But essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to be looking at checking to see if it's got, so if we just come into the main kind of screen, I'll just point out what we're looking at. So just there, using the pointer. So firstly you've got 4K, second one along is Dolby Vision, third one is Dolby Atmos. So what we're wanting to see is firstly a good clear picture come up. We're wanting Dolby Vision to kick in the top right. You will get a little drop down logo pop up there, and Dolby Atmos will pop up on the soundbar. Where's it going to be? It's just around there, so just keep your eye out there. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the first episode and we'll hit play, and straight away you can see Dolby Atmos pop up there and Dolby Vision pop up there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blur out the screen, so you won't actually be able to see what's on screen. The reason for that is I keep getting content strikes, and basically it just makes everything a pain because I'm having to upload stuff multiple times. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip through to 10 minutes. So firstly, first comment is obviously the fact that it played really fast, and this is something that I mentioned in the previous video, the fact that the 4K Apple TV is plugged in with an Ethernet cable, so basically the connection speed is always as good as it is going to get. So in terms of picture quality, so be it paused or playing, straight away on this particular device, I know you won't be able to see this, but from what I can see, everything is pin sharp straight away. So I'm not getting that thing where when you first start playing, it takes a few seconds before it actually buffers up and basically looks clear. Everything looks perfectly clear straight away, so that's good news on that part. So now what I'm going to do is I'll just come out of that. So in terms of 4K Apple TV, just as a little summary, everything looks bang on. So we've got Dolby Atmos, we've got Dolby Vision, pictures nice and sharp, buffer time was really low. So now I'm going to pull up the menu for Apple TV Plus, and this is the built-in app, and this has added an update. Both Amazon Prime Video as well as Apple TV Plus actually got updates in the last few days. So for that reason, I'm thinking that obviously must have, for some reason, they've actually done software wise in terms of updating the actual application itself, whereas Disney Plus and all the other ones, they didn't need you to do that when you actually switched, when they switched the quality level up basically. So we'll come back into C again, and for anybody who hasn't seen this particular TV series, is highly recommended, both from an audio visual kind of perspective, but also from the actual quality of the content itself as well. It's a really good TV show. So once again, click back into the first episode again, and yep, straight away Dolby Atmos down at the bottom, and also Dolby Vision. And same thing again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come across to get the pointer up, come across to about 10 minutes. Okay, so you can't use the pointer and you don't seem to have any chapters selection on this either. You've literally just got a scroll bar and you're going across 10 seconds at a time, which seems very strange. Right, straight away what I can notice is it's not in 4K. So yeah, just there now it's buffered up, but for the first second or so it wasn't actually, it didn't look like it was fully 4K. Now I'm not sure why, but the picture doesn't look quite right to me either. Aspect ratio looks kind of off, and I've never experienced this before. I just want to get it to exactly the same scene, but it almost looks as though the picture's squashed. Yeah, in terms of quality, yeah, that is definitely pin sharp now. I know on screen you're not going to be able to see it because I'll have blanked it out, but I think it possibly could just be the wide angle lens that it's actually shot with. But just in the zoomed out kind of shot, the one just previously, it almost looked as though the TV had the wrong aspect ratio. Let me just go into the picture settings and make sure nothing has been changed on that side of things. Right, just scans on and picture is original. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, yeah, that did change. So for some reason, yeah, it didn't have the letterbox bars before. So before it was actually playing full screen. It was basically like that, whereas it should be like that. So yeah, for some reason the built-in app changed the picture mode. But in terms of picture quality, to me it looks pretty much the same as the one through the Apple TV 4K. Just get rid of the on-screen menu. I'm just trying to wait to get it back to the exact same. Yeah, I'd say in terms of picture quality itself, it's probably about the same. Possibly just a tiny bit softer, but that could just be, yeah. I mean, between the two, obviously, unless you've got them side by side, it's very difficult to tell. But just looking at it, I don't know what it is, but something's just making it look a tiny little bit softer. So the scene that it's on is basically there's two characters on screen, and basically you're looking for details in the hair, and obviously one of the main characters in it, he has scars on his head, and it's the definition in those scars that was basically very obvious last time. Yeah, so between the two apps, between the two platforms, the Apple TV 4K and the LG C9, I'd probably suggest Apple TV for the simple reason that you're going to be getting, obviously, you can always obviously plug in the Ethernet cable into the TV as well. In this particular setup, obviously, I've not got that option. Now, I want to just test something again that I tested in the previous video, and that is what happens when you pause the video, because it's something that I didn't really think about previously, but with the test I did in the last video, it kind of shone a light on how the different platforms have actually thought about what happens when you pause. So okay, so first thing straight away, so when you pause it on the Apple TV app, it is actually dimming the screen. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it for, so it's just gone over 10 minutes in terms of recording time for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it about 2 minutes, then I'm going to see what happens with regards to the app. So firstly, that bar at the bottom you can get rid of. So if you just swipe down, you can get rid of the bar, so you've not got the bright white at the bottom. And as I say, it has dimmed the screen when you actually pause it. But what I want to see is if the LG C9 will actually kick in any type of screensaver of its own. Now, the fact that this app does actually dim the screen is an improvement over the Netflix app. The Netflix app doesn't actually do anything. It literally just, if anything, it makes it worse by putting an overlay of the title, whatever you're watching, the sort of branding, the Netflix logo, as well as the whatever script or font the title is in. They overlay that on the top of the video, just on this left hand side. And because of that, it's something where if you did do that very often, I'm pretty sure you would actually get burn-in from that. It would cause it to burn in, because I have actually seen a video pop up recently. It was somebody whose not really got many other videos on their channel. The channel itself had been around for quite a while. I can't remember what the channel name was. It popped up in one of my recommended videos. And what actually happened was this particular person's made a video of his usage of the, which one was it? It would have been an older one, because I'm pretty sure he said he's had it for about 2 to 3 years, so possibly a B8 or an E8, something like that. But basically he posted a burn-in test, and he had the Netflix logo in the bottom right. Now, in order to get burn-in from that, you must have left the TV on the menu screen for quite some time. Okay, yeah, so just after 2 minutes, the built-in screensaver is now kicked in. So let's see what happens when we, okay, so as soon as you pick the remote up, it disappears, so it's gone back. So thankfully, at least the screensaver does kick in. And we know from past experience that obviously on the Apple TV it is going to kick in after 2 minutes, but obviously the difference between that and the Netflix app is the fact that at least the built-in app on the LG C9 dims the screen. Yeah, so as you can see from this straight away, it dims the screen straight away on both of the Apple TV apps. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be something that Apple have actually put into their apps. Now, in terms of the interface, I would actually say I prefer the one on the Apple TV, because as bad as this app is for me, because this app is designed in such a way where you're meant to come in, and obviously if you're signed into all your other services, you don't need to go to anything else, and you literally just come in here, and this is the main screen that you come in on, and it just gives you loads and loads of content, and you can just find everything from here. But I don't actually use it in that way. When I come into this, I literally just want to see Apple's content, and in order to do that, what you have to essentially do is come all the way down, come down, come down, come down, come down, and then come down to this and click on that. Or obviously the other way is if you come down a few screens, and then you've got to scroll across, because if you click on any one of these, it just comes straight into that particular title, and then when you click out, it takes you back to the main menu. So if you scroll all the way across, I believe you should get to, I'm not sure if they're still going to have it. No, it's just looping now. See, that's what I mean. It's not got it, where sometimes it'll have a similar thing to, no, but it won't show up on this, no. But essentially this is what I want to see. So when I come into the Apple TV Plus app, it's because I want to consume Apple's content. So essentially I want everything listed here straight away. This is what I want to see when I click on Apple TV Plus. I don't want to see this first part. So all of this is irrelevant for me. I don't want to see any of this. Now, the only good part was the fact that their WWDC stream actually came up through this same app. But like I said, I know they've got the iTunes part there. That's fair enough. If you want to keep this section here, that's fine. Essentially, I can do that by coming into here as well. And I know I get it that they want to streamline and make it so then it's just one single app that you're clicking on. But for me personally, the reason I have the 4 services separate is because they all give something different to me. With Prime, essentially I've got that because I get it with basically for their delivery service. That's what I get it for. Everything else that comes with it is a bonus. They do have some decent TV series, so it's okay for that. And obviously they have some sports as well, so it's good for that as well. Disney Plus, obviously I've got that mainly for Marvel content. Netflix is obviously a mixture of everything, so that's quite good for that. And Apple TV Plus, it was literally just for the quality. I wanted to see the quality that they actually bring to it, and to be fair to them, they did do it justice with slowly. Obviously they've not got massive amounts like Netflix at the moment, but what they do have is very good. So from that side of things, it's a positive. But I want to see them change this particular app, which I know they're not gonna, because this is the whole idea, because they want to literally just get you to spend more by coming in through this single app, and then when you click on things, it basically just goes straight to the purchase. Obviously if you've got free options, it'll find them for you as well, but essentially when I come into this app, I just want to see Apple's content. I don't want to see nothing else. But anyway, that's a completely sidetrack issue, so this video is dragged on for quite a while. So obviously, with this being the third one in the series, as I've said before, if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and that way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So until the next time, thank you very much for watching.